Welcome everyone to today's writing part 1 and email analysis. Before we start, I want to remind you about the tips and strategies guide which I will be using. If you'd like to look at the tips and strategies video, you can find that video in our CELPIP library in the writing section. Also, I will leave a link to the video in the description. That video will explain to you clearly the tips and strategies guide. For now, I will just be going through the guide page by page, and if you want to pause the video so you can read it, you can. The guide shows you about understanding the topic, the factors which influence your score in writing, ideas, vocabulary, the structure, sentence construction and grammar, and providing a complete response. Very important about email tone. Are we going to write an informal email, a semi-formal email, or a formal email? And then we have the structure that we can use for each one. Informal structure, semi-formal structure, and a formal structure. So let's get started with today's analysis. Okay, everyone, let's read today's email topic. Email to the doctor, and this is part 1, so we have 27 minutes. Okay, you recently visited your doctor because of a medical reason. Okay, so we went to the doctor, some medical problem. Okay. Your doctor prescribed you some medication. Prescribed, gave you, or told you to take some medication. Prescribed. But you aren't sure about taking it. So you're not sure about taking the medication. Is it good to take it? Maybe you have some questions and would like some more information about it. So you have some questions to ask about the medication, okay? Write an email to the doctor. Your email should say. Okay, so we're writing an email to the doctor. So about email tone that we're going to use, it's not really an informal situation because it's not really family or friends, okay? Also, I don't think that it's a formal situation, even though the doctor is a professional person. Sometimes we know our doctors, we talk to them like our friends, but it's not really a friend. And it's not really so professional, so that's why it's semi-formal. So we're going to use a semi-formal structure. And let's remember that the structure in the guide, it just tells us how we can organize our email, and also it gives us some structure words and phrases that we can use, and that's what we're going to use in our email. Okay, so let's keep in mind that we're going to write at a 5-6 level, and that means that I'm going to try to use more basic language, not higher level vocabulary or structures. Okay? So let's start. We're going to start with our greeting, and first, who we're writing, okay? So, dear Dr. Simon, this is first name and last name we should put there. And I hope everything is going well at the clinic these days. So also, let's keep in mind that I'm using the structure, or I'm writing the structure in blue. That means that We can use the structure for any email, okay? But in this case, the at the clinic is where we are saying everything's going well at the clinic, or everything's going well at the, you can say at the office. Sometimes doctors work at the office, okay? Okay, and next, why you're writing. What is the reason? I'm writing because I would like to ask about the medication you prescribed me after I visited the clinic. Okay, so you would like some more information about it. So I'm writing because I would like to ask. Okay, to ask for some more information. Okay, about the medication you prescribed. Prescribed over here is prescribed, so we're using that word. After I visited the clinic. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to get to our first point. And the first point over here is inform your doctor about the reason for your recent visit. So why did we visit the doctor? Why did we go there? That's what we need to write first over here. Okay? Okay. Firstly, I had an appointment with you 2 days ago because I felt some pain in my stomach. Okay, so the reason I went there, I went for a doctor's appointment, was because I felt some pain in my stomach. Okay? So keep in mind we're talking about past tense here because I had an appointment. So past tense, 2 days ago. And I felt some pain in my stomach. Okay? All right, so that's the first part, which is the reason I visited. Now, I should also say something about maybe what the doctor said. That would be good to add here as well. So, at that time, you took some exams of my stomach area. Then you said I needed to take some medication. Okay, so you see, for each paragraph, we need to try to put two ideas. So here, when was the appointment? And then, what did the doctor do? Took some exams of my stomach area, and you said I needed to take. So that's like the medication prescription. You could say you prescribed some medication here or needed. Okay, so again, that point was inform your doctor about the reason for your recent visit. So this is why I went. So let's keep in mind we need to leave a space. So we left a space. That's good enough. Over here, we left a space as well. And now we're going to get to the second point. Okay. The second point, explain how you feel about taking the medication. So let's remember that this is the part why we're writing. Here is you aren't sure about taking it. Maybe you took the medication and maybe it makes you feel bad. So let's write that, okay? Okay. Regarding the medication, I took some yesterday and I felt very sick. So you see, It says here regarding. This is just a connecting word and it means about. So I took some medication yesterday. So we're still talking about past tense. Okay. And I felt very sick. Okay. So maybe we can also write in here, we can give some examples about how you felt sick. I think that would be good. Right. For example, I got a stomach ache and I felt dizzy. Dizzy means you feel like you are falling down. Okay, so we gave an example of how you felt sick, and then you should also say here maybe that you are not sure if the medication is good for you, or maybe something about the medication. For example, so I don't want to take it, oh, the medication. I don't want to take the medication anymore because I think it can make me sick again. So there you go. So you took the medication and then you felt sick. You got a stomach ache and you felt dizzy. So now you don't want to take it. So now we're talking about present. Now I don't want to take it. Don't want. And present, it can make me sick because I think the medication is it. Okay, so that is the second point. And now we're going to move on to the third point. Okay, we want to connect here. What is the third point? Request more information about the medication. So maybe ask the doctor about the medication. That's what we need to do here. Okay? Lastly, I would like to ask you to check if this medication is good for me. There you go. You're asking the doctor to check if the medication is good, okay? And maybe we can also say to go visit the doctor again. That would be good. Also, I would like to make another appointment for a checkup, right? Because the medication, it made you sick. It gave you a stomach ache. So, I would like to make. So we use would like in a kind of more formal way. You can say, I want to make another appointment, but want is less formal and we want to be semi-formal. Okay. So that was the third point. And now we're going to get to the closing. And for the closing, we want to first say thank you. Okay. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you can provide me the information. Or I hope you can check the medication. That would be good. And then your signature, sincerely, and then first and last name. So, looking at this email, the total words were 154. Okay. Now, really, level 5, 6 it's not even 150 words. It doesn't have to be exactly 150 words. It can be 120, 130. Just if you have less words, you can't make so many errors, okay? And in here, our example, of course, we didn't make any kinds of grammatical errors like commas and spelling. Don't forget that in the real exam you have spell check. So you shouldn't make any spelling mistakes. Now the grammar here, it's a little bit more 6. Can't provide, would like to make. This is more 6, okay? And also let's remember that we used past tense as well in some parts, okay? Very important for level 5-6 is to answer each point clearly. You need to read here what it says and you need to answer it clearly, okay? Very important. Even if you make mistakes in grammar and in punctuation like commas and periods, but if you explain clearly, then there's not a problem. So again, this was an email to the doctor, and the topic was you visited the doctor prescribed you some medication, and you're not sure about taking it and want more information. Okay, also let's remember that we followed our writing guide and it was a semi-formal structure. Okay, so let's read it again. And one more thing, to practice, what you need to do is you need to read it step by step, like I'm going to read it right now. You read it step by step, and then you write it step by step, and that will help you improve a lot. So we started with the greeting, who we're writing and why we're writing. Dear Dr. Simon, this is first last, and I hope everything is going well at the clinic these days. I'm writing because I would like to ask about the medication you prescribed me after I visited the clinic. And everyone, when you are rereading, make sure you focus on structure. My structure is in blue. And focus as well on the grammar, which is in red. The grammar usage is important. For example, here is more formal, would like to ask, and then past. Okay, point 1, inform your doctor about the reason for your recent visit. Firstly, I had an appointment with you 2 days ago because I felt some pain in my stomach. At that time, you took some exams on my stomach area. Then you said I needed to take some medication. Second point, explain how you feel about the medication. Regarding the medication, I took some yesterday and I felt very sick. For example, I got a stomach ache and I felt dizzy. So I don't want to take it anymore because I think it can make me sick again. Okay? So that's about the medication. Then lastly, request more information about the medication. Point 3. Lastly, I would like to ask you to check if this medication is good for me. Also, I would like to make another appointment for a checkup. Okay, so you're asking about it and a checkup. And then we get to the closing. Say thank you and signature. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you can provide me the information. Sincerely, first and last. Okay, so everyone, the last thing that I want to recommend, level 5-6 should not have any problems understanding what we wrote today. So the more that you read and rewrite, and specifically type it out. And I would say that your final check should be, you should be able to write this in 27 minutes. That would be the goal. And if you can do it, then you've improved greatly. Okay, everyone. That's it for this analysis. We'll see you next time. Okay, everyone. I would like to remind you that if you're looking for some more listening, reading, writing, or speaking CELPIP exam practice, then you should definitely subscribe to our CELPIP library. The CELPIP library has hundreds of examples of listening, reading, writing, and speaking, which will help you develop your score, whatever the score you need. Also, the library contains vocabulary, listening skills, reading skills, grammar, and writing skills exercises, which will really help you improve your general understanding of English and also for the exam. So, and you can purchase a 1 month pass or a 2 month or a 3 month subscription for a very low price. And of course, if you really enjoyed this content, then please like this video, share it, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way we will keep on producing more CELPIP analysis for your development. Have a great day.